Commander Taemin stood before the emergency session of the Galactic Council, his hands shaking as he prepared to deliver the most important briefing in galactic history. The data his team had gathered from Earth would change everything, if they could convince the Council to act on it. Council members, Taemin began, his voice carrying across the packed chamber. The situation is far worse than we imagined. Earth is not a victim of alien attacks. It is the center of a systematic campaign to harvest galactic civilization itself. The chamber erupted in confused discussions. Admiral Hyo-jin called for order. "Explain what you mean, Commander." Taemin activated the holographic display, showing the evidence his team had collected. For over a century, humanity has been deliberately appearing weak and primitive to lure alien fleets into attacking them. Every attacking fleet has been captured, their crews interrogated for intelligence about galactic civilizations, and their technology integrated into human military capabilities. Science Minister Dai-Yun studied the data with growing alarm. "You're suggesting the humans have been conducting intelligence operations against the entire galaxy?" "Not just intelligence operations," Taemin replied grimly. "Military preparation for galactic conquest. They now possess detailed information about every major civilization, combined technologies from dozens of species, and strategic plans for systematic expansion across the galaxy." But even as Taemin was presenting his findings, technician Bit-Na was detecting massive energy signatures leaving Earth's solar system. Her readings showed dozens of vessels departing Earth, each one incorporating technologies from multiple alien civilizations. "Council members," Bit-Na interrupted the session, urgently. "I'm detecting large-scale ship movements from the Sol system. Multiple vessels are departing Earth and heading toward different sectors of the galaxy." The chamber fell silent as the implications became clear. The humans weren't just preparing for expansion, they were beginning it. Admiral Hyo-jin tried to process the scope of the threat. "How many ships are we talking about?" "At least 40 vessels detected so far," Bit-Na reported. "Energy signatures suggest they're equipped with hybrid technologies combining Kethra crystal systems, Zalthek energy weapons, Vordak mechanical components, and technologies from species we can't even identify." Defense Minister Gitai realized the full scope of what they faced. If the humans have been systematically collecting alien technology for over a century, their ships could be more advanced than anything any single alien civilization possesses. The evidence supported his fears. Communications intercepts revealed that humans had spent decades planning their expansion campaign. Military Coordinator Sung Ho appeared in a recorded briefing explaining human strategic objectives. Phase 2, operations will begin with simultaneous strikes on key infrastructure targets in 12 different sectors. The goal is not immediate conquest but disruption of galactic communication and trade networks. Once alien civilizations are isolated and unable to coordinate defensive responses, we can proceed with systematic occupation operations. Intelligence Chief Wu Jin realized the sophistication of the human plan. They're not planning to fight major battles. They're going to cut off communication between alien worlds and then pick them off one at a time. More intercepted communications revealed the scope of human preparation. Admiral Hyun-woo was coordinating fleet movements. Remember, each target has been selected based on intelligence gathered from captured alien crews over the past century. We know their defensive capabilities, political structures, and strategic weaknesses. Use that information to minimize resistance and maximize resource acquisition. "What about civilian populations?" asked a fleet commander. "Standard occupation. Protocols," Hyun-woo replied. "Useful individuals will be integrated into human operations. Excess population will be relocated to designated areas for processing. Priority is maintaining industrial and technological infrastructure for our own use." The council members listened in horror as they realized humanity was implementing a plan for systematic conquest that had been developing for over a century. Captain Chang Min was broadcasting final instructions to human fleet commanders. Each fleet has been equipped with the combined technologies of multiple alien civilizations. Your ships are superior to anything the targets can deploy. However, maintain the deception that humans are a new, expanding species. Don't reveal the true Scope of our preparation or the extent of our intelligence about galactic civilizations? Why maintain the deception? Asked a commander. Because we want other species to underestimate us as long as possible, Changmin replied. Let them think we're just another aggressive species trying to expand our territory. They won't realize we've been systematically preparing for galactic domination until it's too late to organize effective resistance. The monitoring systems detected more ships leaving Earth's solar system. Human fleets were spreading out toward every major alien population center in the galaxy. Each fleet appeared to be customized for fighting specific alien species, equipped with technologies and weapons designed to exploit known weaknesses. But the most chilling communication came from Captain Hyun-woo aboard the Earth vessel Righteous Fury. He was preparing to broadcast humanity's first official contact with galactic civilization, not as a request for peaceful relations, but as a declaration of conquest. Citizens of the galaxy, Hyun-woo's voice transmitted across multiple frequency bands in perfect translations for every known alien language. For the past century, you have sent your warriors to Earth's doorstep. Your fleets came to conquer what you believed was a primitive world. None of them returned to tell you why. The transmission reached every major alien world simultaneously, carried by communication networks that humans had apparently been monitoring and mapping for decades. Now you will learn the truth, Hyun-woo continued. Earth is not a primitive world. We are an advanced military civilization that has been systematically harvesting your technology, studying your tactics, and preparing for this moment. Every fleet you sent to attack us contributed to our growing strength. Across the galaxy, alien civilizations listened in shock as humanity revealed the scope of their deception. Your warriors didn't disappear in glorious battle, Hyun-woo explained. They were captured, interrogated, and processed. Their ships were dismantled and studied. Their technology was integrated into our own capabilities. Their crews provided valuable intelligence about your worlds, your defenses, and your weaknesses. The transmission included data about specific alien fleets and what had happened to them. Detailed information that only the attacking crews could have provided, proof that humans had indeed been systematically capturing and interrogating alien military personnel. We know the locations of your homeworlds, Hyun-woo continued. We know your military capabilities, your political structures, and your strategic weaknesses. We have been preparing for over a century to demonstrate why no one returns from attacking Earth. The message concluded with humanity's ultimatum. You spent a century sending your fleets to conquer us. Now we are returning the favor. But unlike your random attacks on a single world, our campaign will be systematic, coordinated, and final. We will not be satisfied with tribute or territory. We will accept nothing less than complete galactic dominance. The communication ended with coordinates and timelines showing human fleets approaching every major alien civilization simultaneously. The species that had spent a century sending ships to attack Earth were about to discover that Earth was sending ships to attack them. Admiral Hyojin stared at the tactical displays showing human fleet movements across the galaxy. How do we respond to this? They have superior technology, detailed intelligence about our capabilities, and they've been preparing for over a century. Defense Minister Gite looked at the scope of human operations. We can't respond effectively. They're attacking every major civilization simultaneously. We can't coordinate a defense if our communication networks are being disrupted. The final realization hit the council members as they understood the true scope of humanity's achievement. They hadn't just solved the mystery of why alien fleets disappeared when attacking Earth. They had discovered that Earth had been systematically preparing to become the dominant civilization in the galaxy, using every attacking fleet as an unwilling contributor to their growing power. The age of independent alien civilizations was ending. The age of human galactic dominance was beginning. And it had all started with the simple question of why no one ever returned from attacking a small, seemingly primitive planet in an unremarkable solar system. The answer, as the galaxy was about to learn, was that humanity had been very carefully ensuring that no one would ever need to return, because Earth was coming to them instead, armed with a century's worth of captured alien technology and detailed intelligence about every world they planned to conquer. The hunt was over. The harvest was beginning. And humanity was no longer hiding behind the pretense of being primitive. Defenders. They were revealing themselves as the galaxy's new apex predators, ready to claim the territory they had been systematically preparing to dominate for over a century. Cultural analyst Young Mi had been studying human society for days, trying to understand how an entire civilization could organize itself around systematic warfare and technological theft. What she discovered challenged everything she thought. She knew about how intelligent life develops. Xiao Jin, she called to the team's historian, I think I understand why the humans are so effective at this, but you're not going to like the answer. Historian Xiao Jin had been analyzing human historical records, trying to find patterns in their social development. The more he learned about human history, the more disturbed he became. What did you find? He asked, though recent discoveries had taught him to expect the worst. Young Mi brought up her analysis of human historical data, gathered from their global communication networks. Look at their planet's history. Earth isn't like other worlds where intelligent life developed. It's what the humans call a death world. The data showed Earth's environmental history, massive extinction events, climate shifts, volcanic eruptions, and asteroid impacts that had wiped out most life forms multiple times throughout the planet's history. Most intelligent species evolve on stable worlds, Young Mi explained. Peaceful environments where cooperation and learning are the keys to survival. But Earth is different. Everything on that planet evolved to survive constant threats, environmental, disasters, and competition with other deadly species. Xiao Jin studied the biological data. You're saying humans evolved differently because their world was more dangerous? I'm saying humans evolved to be predators because everything else on their planet was trying to kill them, Young Mi replied. Look at these records of Earth's other life forms. The data was horrifying. Earth's oceans contained creatures that could swallow vessels whole. Its continents were home to predators that hunted in packs, used tools, and could kill prey many times their size. Even Earth's plant life included species that were deadly to other organisms. Humans didn't just survive in this environment, Young Mi continued. They became the dominant species by being better killers than everything else on their planet. Anthropologist In-ho had been monitoring human cultural communications and made an equally disturbing discovery. Their entire culture celebrates warfare and conquest, he reported to the team. But it's not like the militaristic species we know. It's much more sophisticated. He showed them examples of human entertainment, stories, games, and art that glorified military strategy, technological innovation, and victory over enemies. But unlike simple warrior cultures, human entertainment emphasized intelligence, adaptation, and the systematic study of opponents. Look at this, In-ho said, displaying a human historical documentary. They have detailed records of every major conflict in their species' history, not just the outcomes, but the strategies, technologies, and innovations that led to victory. The documentary showed how humans had developed increasingly sophisticated methods of warfare over thousands of years. From simple weapons to complex strategies to industrial-scale military production. Each conflict had driven technological advancement and tactical innovation. They study war the same way other species study science or art, In-ho observed. It's not just something they do, it's how they think. Psychologist Na Young had been analyzing human communication patterns and made a discovery that explained their effectiveness against alien fleets. Humans don't think like other intelligent species, she reported. Most civilizations develop intelligence to solve environmental problems or improve social cooperation. Humans developed intelligence to kill their enemies more effectively. She showed brain scan data intercepted from human medical research. Look at their neural architecture, the areas of their brains responsible for pattern recognition, strategic, planning, and tactical analysis are much more developed than in other species. They're literally evolved to be better at warfare. That explains their military success, Xiao Jin said. But how does it explain their ability to integrate alien technologies so effectively? The answer came from monitoring human educational systems. Professor Bitna was teaching a class about human technological development. Throughout our history, Humans have always been excellent at adopting and improving technologies from other sources. We learned metalworking from conquered tribes, adapted agricultural techniques from different climate zones, and integrated mathematical concepts from various cultures. Why are humans so good at technological adaptation? Asked a student. Because survival on Earth required constant adaptation, Bitna explained. Species that couldn't quickly adopt new survival strategies went extinct. Humans survived because we learned to identify useful innovations and integrate them into our own capabilities faster and more effectively than any other species. The watching aliens began to understand the scope of what they faced. Humans hadn't just accidentally become good at capturing alien technology. They were evolved to identify, acquire, and improve upon any useful innovation they encountered. Communications from human research facilities revealed the systematic nature of their approach. Dr. Gitai was coordinating with research teams worldwide. The key to successful technology, integration, is understanding the underlying principles, not just copying the designs. We need to know why alien technologies work so we can improve upon them. How long does the analysis process typically take? Asked a team leader. Depends on complexity, Gitai replied. Simple technologies like Vordak mechanical systems took about 6 months to fully understand and improve. More complex systems like Kethra crystal matrices required nearly 2 years. But the results are always worth the effort. Our hybrid versions are consistently superior to the originals. The watching team realized that humans weren't just stealing alien technology, they were systematically improving it. Every captured innovation became the foundation for even more advanced human capabilities. But the most chilling discovery came from monitoring human strategic planning communications. Military strategist Hyun Woo was briefing government leaders about long-term objectives. Our analysis of galactic civilizations reveals a fundamental weakness in alien strategic thinking. Most species developed intelligence for exploration, cooperation, or environmental adaptation. Very few developed intelligence primarily for warfare and territorial expansion. What does that mean for our expansion plans? Asked a political leader. It means we have significant advantages, Hyunwoo replied. Galactic civilizations are remarkably poor at strategic deception, tactical innovation, and adaptive warfare. They tend to rely on superior technology rather than superior strategy. Once we possess equivalent or superior technology, which we're rapidly acquiring, they'll be unable to compete with human tactical capabilities. Young Mai realized the full scope of the threat humanity represented. They're not just more warlike than other species, she told her teammates. They're evolved specifically for conquest and expansion. Their entire species is designed to identify, capture, and exploit resources, including other intelligent species. Evidence of this came from human historical records showing how they had dealt with other intelligent species on their own planet. Humans had systematically conquered, displaced, or absorbed every other human subspecies they encountered. They had domesticated or eliminated most other intelligent life forms on Earth. Their own history was a record of successful conquest and expansion. Look at their space exploration programs, Seok-jin pointed out. Other species develop spaceflight for scientific exploration or resource gathering. Human space programs are explicitly designed for territorial expansion and military advantage. The team found communications from human space agencies that confirmed this. Project coordinator Chang Min was discussing colonization plans. Phase 1 colonies will focus on strategic resource extraction and military infrastructure development. Scientific research will be secondary to establishing defensive capabilities and industrial production. What about diplomatic contact with alien civilizations? Asked a team member. Not recommended until we have overwhelming military superiority, Chang Min replied. Our analysis suggests that alien civilizations will attempt to limit human expansion if they understand our true capabilities. Better to appear weak and primitive until we're ready to demonstrate otherwise. The watching aliens realized that humanity's entire space program was designed as a military expansion operation disguised as peaceful exploration. Every human colony, research station, and exploration mission was actually establishing the infrastructure for future conquest operations. Most terrifying of all was the discovery that humans had been studying galactic civilization itself as a target for conquest. Communications from intelligence agencies revealed comprehensive analyses of alien political systems, economic structures, and social weaknesses. Strategic analyst Hai Wan was presenting research to military planners. Galactic civilization is remarkably vulnerable to systematic disruption. Most species depend on complex trade networks and cooperative agreements that can be easily disrupted by strategic military action. Their distributed political systems lack the centralized decision-making capabilities necessary for effective warfare. How long would it take to establish human dominance over galactic civilization? Asked a planning officer. Intelligence analyst Su Bin floated near the observation deck of Quiet Observer, studying the most disturbing data they had collected yet. Her specialty was understanding alien military operations, but what she was seeing from Earth defied every standard model of warfare she knew. Jae-sung, you need to look at these facility scans, she called to the tactical officer who was reviewing human communications intercepts. Commander Jae-sung joined her at the analysis station. His job was to assess military threats, but the more he learned about Earth's operations, the more he realized they had been thinking about this situation completely wrong. What did you find? He asked, though he was beginning to dread the answers they kept uncovering. Su Bin displayed a series of detailed scans from human facilities on their moon and hidden installations throughout the solar system. They call it the Harvest Protocol, she said quietly. It's not just about defending Earth or even capturing alien technology. It's a complete intelligence and resource extraction operation. The scans showed massive underground complexes that had been built over decades. Some facilities were clearly designed for processing captured alien technology. Others appeared to be research centers, but the most disturbing ones were obviously designed to hold living prisoners. Look at this facility. Su Bin pointed to a complex on the far side of Earth's moon. Our scans indicate it's designed to house approximately 50,000 individuals in separate containment units. The environmental controls can accommodate dozens of different atmospheric requirements. Jae-sung studied the readings. 50,000 prisoners? How many survivors are the humans keeping? Their answer came from intercepted communications from Dr. Yoonji, who appeared to be in charge of what humans called xenobiological research operations. The Kethra prisoners have provided excellent data on crystal technology integration, Yoonji reported in a recorded briefing. We've been able to maintain 17 specimens for over 90 years now. Their natural longevity has made them invaluable for long-term studies. What about the newer acquisitions? Asked another researcher. The Zalthek prisoners are more challenging, Yoonji admitted. Their psychology is more resistant to cooperation, but we've made significant progress in understanding their energy manipulation abilities. Prisoner ZT-4471 has been particularly helpful in explaining their power distribution systems. Su Bin and Jae-sung exchanged horrified looks. The humans weren't just capturing alien technology. They were keeping alien crew members alive for years, possibly decades, as research subjects. The communications revealed the scope of human operations. They had facilities dedicated to studying alien biology, psychology, technology, and military doctrine. Every captured crew member was systematically interrogated for information about their homeworlds, military capabilities, and technological secrets. Weapons specialist Chang Min appeared in another intercepted transmission, discussing the results of their technology integration program. The hybrid plasma crystal weapons are performing better than expected. By combining Zalthek energy systems with Kethra crystal focusing arrays, we've achieved a 340% increase in destructive potential. Any problems with system compatibility? Asked his engineering team. Minor issues with the Vordak targeting systems, but we've solved those using biological processing units derived from Riltak neural networks. The combination of 4 different alien technologies in a single weapons platform is remarkably effective. The aliens watching these transmissions realized that humans had been systematically combining technologies from different species to create weapons and systems that were superior to anything any single alien civilization had developed. But the Most chilling revelation came from strategic planning sessions led by military commander Sung Ho. "Our long-term objective remains unchanged," he told his planning staff. "Earth will serve as our base of operations for galactic expansion. Every alien species that attacks us provides intelligence about potential targets for our own future operations." "How complete is our galactic intelligence database?" asked a staff officer. "Very complete," Sung Ho replied. "The captured crews have provided detailed information about 47 major civilizations, including military capabilities, resource locations, political structures, and technological levels. We now have better intelligence about the galaxy than any single alien species possesses." Subin realized the terrifying implication. "They're not just defending themselves," she told Jae-sung. "They're gathering intelligence for invasion planning." The evidence was everywhere once they knew what to look for. Human facilities were producing star maps based on information extracted from prisoners. They had detailed analyses of alien military tactics, weaknesses in alien defense systems, and comprehensive studies of alien psychology and culture. Dr. Na Young, a human xenopsychologist, appeared in a research presentation discussing the effectiveness of their interrogation techniques. Each alien species responds to different psychological approaches. The Kethra are motivated by concepts of honor and duty. The Vordak respond to logical arguments about efficiency. The Zalthek can be influenced through their pack loyalty instincts. "How long can we maintain prisoner cooperation?" asked a military intelligence officer. "Indefinitely with proper management," Nayang replied. "The key is making each prisoner believe their cooperation will eventually lead to repatriation. Of course, we have no intention of releasing them. But hope is a powerful motivator." Jae-sung felt sick. The humans were conducting psychological warfare against their prisoners, manipulating them into providing information for years or even decades. The scope of human preparation became clear through communications from facility. Coordinator Inho. "Storage Bay 7 is now at capacity with Zalthek technology samples. Bay 12 has been converted to house the new Talvek equipment we're expecting from the next acquisition. The research teams estimate we'll need to expand our processing capabilities by 300% over the next decade." "Are we prepared for larger fleets?" asked the logistics officer. "Absolutely," Inho confirmed. "The capture and processing systems can handle fleets of up to 2,000 vessels simultaneously. The new automated sorting systems will reduce processing time from months to weeks." Subin and Jae-sung realized they were looking at an industrial operation designed to capture and process entire alien fleets like raw materials. The humans had turned their solar system into a massive trap, designed to harvest galactic military technology and intelligence. The most disturbing aspect was how efficiently humans had integrated this operation into their normal society. Communications showed that human children grew up learning about alien technology and biology as part of their standard education. Engineers and scientists regularly worked with captured alien equipment. Even human entertainment included stories and games based on defeating alien invaders. "It's not just a military operation," Subin observed. "It's become part of their culture. They've turned the systematic exploitation of alien civilizations into a normal part of their society." Intercepted communications from human educational institutions confirmed this. Professor Gite was giving a lecture to human university students. "Today we'll examine the integration challenges of combining Riltak biological systems with Nexari energy networks. Remember, the key to successful hybrid technology is understanding how different alien approaches to engineering can complement each other." A student asked, "Professor, when will we have access to technology from the remaining unmapped civilizations?" Gite smiled. "Soon. The procurement teams are already identifying target species that possess technologies we haven't yet acquired. Within your lifetime, Earth will have collected samples from every major galactic civilization." The watching aliens realized that humans were systematically planning to capture technology from every species in the galaxy. Earth wasn't just defending itself from random attacks. It was conducting a centuries-long campaign to absorb the knowledge and capabilities of galactic civilization. Communications from Admiral Hunwoo revealed the ultimate scope of human ambitions. Phase 1, passive collection through defensive operations, is nearly complete. We now possess core technologies from most major species. Phase 2 will begin active procurement from civilizations that haven't yet attacked us. What's Phase 3? Asked his staff. Deployment, Hyunwoo replied simply. Once we have absorbed sufficient galactic technology and intelligence, we'll begin establishing human presence throughout the galaxy. Not as conquerors, but as the dominant species. By that point, we'll possess superior technology derived from every major civilization combined. Subin and Jae-sung realized they had uncovered something far worse than a mystery about missing fleets. They had discovered that humanity was conducting a systematic campaign to harvest galactic civilization itself. Every alien species that had attacked Earth had unknowingly contributed to humanity's growing capability to dominate the entire galaxy. The question was no longer why alien fleets disappeared when attacking Earth. The question was whether any alien civilization would survive humanity's eventual expansion into galactic space. Armed with the combined military technology and intelligence of every species they had systematically harvested over the past century, the team aboard Quiet Observer continued their surveillance, focusing now on understanding exactly how humans responded to incoming threats. What they discovered through intercepted communications and archived data recordings was far more organized and terrifying than they had imagined. Dr. Min Seo sat in the Earth Deep Space Monitoring Center, her fingers dancing across multiple control panels. The facility looked ordinary enough. Banks of computers, large display screens, and technicians monitoring various readings. But the conversation happening in the room revealed something much more sinister. Contact confirmed, Min Seo announced calmly to her team. We have incoming Zalthic forces. Fleet composition matches our predictions. Approximately 400 vessels, including 3 Planet Cracker-class dreadnoughts. The alien observers watching this archived footage expected to see panic, evacuation orders, or desperate attempts to contact other worlds for help. Instead, they saw Min Seo's team respond with the calm efficiency of people following a well-rehearsed plan. Initiate Protocol 7, Min Seo continued. Send notification to all defense coordinators. Estimated arrival time is 47 hours. That should give us plenty of time to prepare the welcome. Engineer Jun-sik received the notification at a facility that appeared to be manufacturing civilian vehicles. Within minutes of the alert, the entire factory began transforming. Assembly lines that had been producing ground cars smoothly reconfigured to manufacture weapon components. Switching to military production mode, Jun-sik announced over the facility's communication system. All personnel report to battle stations. We have less than 2 days to prepare enough kinetic penetrator rounds for a full fleet engagement. The watching aliens saw similar transformations happening across the planet. Civilian infrastructure seamlessly converted to military purposes. Universities became weapons research centers. Transportation networks reorganized to move military equipment. Communication satellites adjusted their positions to optimize battlefield coordination, but the most shocking aspect was how casually humans discussed the incoming threat. In the archived recordings, they heard ordinary people talking about the Zalthek attack like it was just another work project. Honey, I'll be working late tonight, a human said to his family. The Zaltheks are coming, so we need to finish the new plasma cannon arrays. I should be home by Sunday, assuming everything goes according to plan. Scientist Ye Jin was coordinating with researchers worldwide, analyzing technology captured from previous attacks. The Zalthek energy shields operate on a rotating frequency pattern, she explained in a video conference with military planners. But we've developed a synchronized pulse system using modified Vordak technology that should penetrate their defenses. How long will it take to deploy? Asked a military commander. The weapons are already built, Ye Jin replied. We've been preparing for the Zaltheks for over 20 years. Our manufacturing facilities have been producing Zalthek-specific weapons since we first detected their scout probes. The alien observers realized that humans had been anticipating each attack long before the fleets arrived. They had intelligence, networks that tracked alien military movements across the galaxy, and were preparing countermeasures years in advance. Military strategist Dong Hyun revealed the true scope of human planning in a recorded briefing session. The key to success is making them confident, he explained to a room full of officers. We want the Zalthex to believe they're fighting a primitive world that got lucky against a few raiders. He activated a holographic display showing Earth's solar system. We'll give them some early victories. Let them destroy our outer defense stations. They're all dummies anyway. Make them think we're retreating in panic. Draw them deeper into the system where our real weapons can be most effective. The plan was diabolical in its simplicity. Humans would stage fake evacuations, broadcast false distress signals, and create deliberate gaps in their orbital defenses, all designed to make attacking aliens overconfident and careless. What about casualties? Asked one of the officers. Minimal, Dong Hyun replied. The evacuation ships they'll be shooting at are unmanned drones. The defense stations are automated. We learned long ago not to waste human lives on deception operations. The aliens watching these recordings began to understand how 17 advanced fleets had been defeated. The humans weren't fighting fair battles. They were conducting elaborate psychological operations designed to manipulate enemy behavior. Admiral Sung-ho provided more details in another archived briefing. Phase 1. Let them win some small victories to build overconfidence. Phase 2. Channel their advance through the debris fields where our hidden weapon platforms wait. Phase 3. With some simultaneous attack from multiple angles using their own captured technology against them. What about prisoners? Asked an intelligence officer. Standard protocol, Sung-ho replied. Capture as many as possible alive. We need their technical knowledge, biological data, and intelligence about their home worlds. The interrogation teams are already prepared. The watching aliens felt sick as they realized the scale of human preparation. This wasn't a planet defending itself from random attacks. This was a sophisticated military operation that had been refined over decades of experience. Communications intercepted from human civilian networks revealed how deeply integrated this system was into their society. Children learned about alien biology in school. Engineers studied captured alien technology as part of their training. Even artists created entertainment based on previous alien defeats. The new movie about the Riltak invasion is amazing, one human said in a casual conversation. They really captured how creepy the bioships looked when we were dissecting them. Dr. Hae-won, a human strategic analyst, appeared in a recorded academic lecture explaining human military doctrine. The beauty of our defensive strategy is that it's also an intelligence-gathering operation. Every species that attacks us provides valuable data about galactic military capabilities, technology, and political structures. She gestured to a chart showing the progressive improvement in human weapons technology. Each defeated fleet has contributed to our technological advancement. The Cathra gave us crystal matrix technology. The Vordak provided mechanical automation systems. The Zalthex will add energy manipulation to our capabilities. What's the ultimate goal of this program? Asked a student. Hae-won smiled. Knowledge is power. The more we learn about galactic civilizations, the better prepared we'll be when we decide to expand beyond our solar system. The alien observers exchanged worried glances. The humans weren't just defending their planet, they were preparing for conquest. More disturbing evidence came from intercepted military communications. Humans had detailed intelligence files on every major galactic civilization. They knew the Yai, locations of alien homeworlds, military capabilities, and political weaknesses, all gathered from interrogating captured crew members from the attacking fleets. Captain Changmin was briefing his team on operational security. Remember, the galactic civilizations still think we're primitive. That's our greatest advantage. They keep sending fleets expecting to fight with spears and arrows, not realizing we've been building weapon systems that combine the best technology from dozens of advanced species. How much longer can we maintain the deception? Asked his second-in-command. Long enough, Changmin replied. Our deep space monitoring indicates at least 3 more species are planning attacks on Earth. Each one will contribute more technology and intelligence to our collection. After that, we'll have enough resources to begin Phase 2 operations. Which are? Changmin's smile was cold. Active procurement. Instead of waiting for aliens to come to us, we'll start going to them. The watching team realized they had uncovered something far worse than a mystery about missing fleets. They had discovered that Earth was the center of a centuries-long intelligence operation designed to harvest galactic technology and prepare for eventual human expansion across the galaxy. Humanity wasn't the victim of alien attacks. They were the predators, and they had been patiently gathering the tools they needed to become the galaxy's dominant species. Every alien fleet that had mysteriously vanished had actually been captured, studied, and absorbed into humanity's growing military-industrial complex. The question was no longer why ships disappeared when attacking Earth. The question was how long it would be before human ships started appearing in alien space, armed with the combined technology of every civilization foolish enough to attack them. The massive holographic display filled the center of the Galactic Council chamber. Commander Taman stood before it, his hand shaking slightly as he manipulated the controls. The data he was about to present would disturb everyone in the room. Council members, Taman began, his voice echoing in the vast chamber. We have a problem. A big one. The display showed a three-dimensional map of the galaxy. Small red dots marked various star systems. But one particular yellow star caught everyone's attention. It sat alone, surrounded by empty space where 17 red dots had once been. Admiral Hyojin leaned forward in her seat. Commander, explain what we're looking at. Taman took a deep breath. Over the past 100 years, 17 different species have sent military forces to attack the third planet of this system. He pointed at the yellow star. The locals call it Earth. The problem is simple. None of our people ever came back. A murmur ran through the chamber. Science Minister Da-Un stood up. When you say none came back, what exactly do you mean? Mean exactly that, Taemin replied. No ships, no messages, no wreckage, no survivors. Complete silence. He pressed another control, and the display changed to show a timeline. The first entry appeared. 2291, Kethra Crystal Fleet, 47 ships, 15,000 crew. Status: missing. The Kethra were confident, Taemin explained. Their crystal technology was the most advanced in their sector. They sent their finest warships to claim this Earth planet. They never sent a single message after entering the system. The next entry appeared. 2314, Vordak Machine Armada, 89 ships, 200,000 mechanical units. Status: missing. Intelligence Chief Wu Jin spoke up. The Vordak learned about the Kethra failure. They sent twice as many ships, all equipped with their best weapons. The mechanical minds calculated a 97% chance of success, but they also vanished, Taemin continued. More entries appeared on the display, each one larger than the last. 29, Realtak Swarm, 156 bioships. 2341, Nexari Battle Group, 203 vessels. 235P6, Zalthek Hegemony Planet Cracker Fleet, 412 ships. With each new entry, the chamber grew quieter. The Zalthek were known throughout the galaxy as destroyers of worlds. Their planet cracker fleet had never failed to conquer a target. The pattern is clear, Wu Jin said, studying the data. Each species learned about the previous failures. Each one sent more ships, better weapons, stronger defenses, yet they all met the same fate. Admiral Hyojin stood up and walked closer to the display. What do we know about this Earth planet? What makes it so dangerous? Timon switched the display to show what little information they had gathered about Earth. It's a small world, mostly water. The dominant species calls itself human. According to our long-range scans, they appear to be a young civilization. They only achieved spaceflight about 200 years ago. 200 years? Da-Un looked confused. But the first attacks began only 100 years ago. If they're so primitive, how are they defeating advanced fleets? That's what we need to find out, Taemin replied. Our intelligence suggests the humans have no significant space fleet, no planetary defense grid, no advanced weapons that we can detect. The Yoa chamber fell silent as everyone tried to understand the mystery. How could a primitive world defeat the galaxy's most powerful military forces? Counselor Dong-sik from the Peripheral Worlds Alliance spoke up. Perhaps they have a guardian race protecting them. Some ancient species that doesn't want the planet. Disturbed? Wu Jin shook his head. We've considered that, but our deepest scans show no signs of any guardian technology or hidden fleets in the system. Maybe it's a trap, suggested Admiral Hyojin. What if Earth isn't really populated by primitives? What if it's a military base disguised as a developing world? Taemin brought up another display showing energy readings from the Sol system. That's possible, but look at these scans. The energy output is consistent with a developing industrial civilization. Nuclear power, basic fusion, primitive communications. Nothing that suggests advanced military technology. Science Minister. Dayun studied the readings carefully. Unless they're very good at hiding their true capabilities. The discussion continued for hours. Some council members suggested that Earth might be protected by unknown laws of physics. Others thought the planet itself might be sentient and defending itself. A few wondered if the attacking fleets had simply decided to stay and live peacefully on Earth. But Wu Jin noticed something else in the data that troubled him more than the missing fleets. Look at the timing of these attacks, he said, highlighting the dates. They're not random. Each new attack happened exactly 23 to 27 years after the previous one disappeared. What does that mean? Asked Taemin. It means someone has been watching, Wu Jin replied slowly. Someone has been noting each attack, studying it, and then waiting for the next species to try. Admiral Hyojin felt a chill run down her spine. You're suggesting the humans know about these attacks? I'm suggesting more than that, Wu Jin said grimly. What if the humans aren't just defending themselves? What if they're expecting these attacks? The chamber erupted in discussion. The idea seemed impossible. How could a primitive civilization anticipate and prepare for attacks by advanced alien fleets? Counselor Ye Jin from the Core Worlds raised her hand for silence. There's only one way to find out the truth. We need to send an investigation team. Absolutely not, Admiral Hyojin said firmly. We've already lost 17 fleets to this planet. I won't authorize sending more people to disappear. Not a military fleet, Yejin clarified. A small, stealthy observation ship. Something that can watch from a safe distance and gather intelligence without being detected. Taemin nodded slowly. A reconnaissance mission. No weapons, no aggressive actions. Just observation and data gathering. The debate continued, but eventually the council reached a decision. They would send a small scientific mission to observe Earth from the outer edges of the solar system. The team would use the most advanced stealth technology available and maintain complete radio silence. As the council session ended, Wu Jin remained behind, staring at the display showing all the missing fleets. Something about this situation felt very wrong to him. 17 different species, all with different technologies and tactics, all meeting the same fate. It wasn't just strange, it was impossible. The ship Quiet Observer drifted silently through space at the edge of Earth's solar system. Its advanced stealth systems made it nearly invisible to any sensors. Inside, a small team of specialists worked carefully to gather information about the mysterious planet that had swallowed 17 alien fleets. Dr. Su Young adjusted her scanning equipment and frowned at the readings. As the team's lead xenobiologist, she had expected to find signs of massive battles or weapon signatures. Instead, she found something much more disturbing. Jin Wu, you need to see this, she called to the military observer who was monitoring the ship's defensive systems. Commander Jin Wu floated over to her station in the zero-gravity environment. He had volunteered for this mission despite knowing that 17 previous expeditions had never returned. His job was to observe and report on any military threats they discovered. What did you find? He asked, looking at her displays. Debris, Su Young replied, highlighting several areas on her scanner. Massive amounts of debris scattered between the fourth and fifth planets of this system. Jinwoo studied the patterns. Wreckage from the missing fleets? That's what I thought at first. But look at this. She brought up a detailed scan of one debris field. These pieces aren't randomly scattered like you'd expect from a space battle. They're organized, sorted. Someone has been collecting and arranging the wreckage. Navigator Boram heard the conversation and joined them. She had been plotting safe observation routes through the system and had noticed some unusual patterns. I've been tracking the debris fields, she said. There are dozens of them, all positioned in specific locations. It's like someone created a museum of destroyed ships. Communications specialist Kyung-ho looked up from his station where he had been intercepting radio signals from Earth. I think I know who's been organizing the wreckage, he said quietly. The team gathered around Kyung-ho's station. He had been monitoring human communications for the past 3 days, trying to understand Earth's technology level and social structure. Listen to this, Kyung-ho said, playing a recorded transmission. The universal translator converted the human language into something they could understand. A human voice spoke. Today marks the 27th anniversary of the Zalthek defeat. The recovered plasma cannon technology has been successfully integrated into our own defense systems. The biological samples from the humans weren't as primitive as they appeared, unless Earth wasn't the victim in this situation, unless something much more dangerous was waiting in that small solar system around the yellow star. The more Wu Jin thought about it, the more convinced he became that they were walking into something far worse than a mystery. They were walking into a trap that had been carefully set and patiently maintained for over a century. But by then, the investigation team was already being assembled, and their ship was being prepared for the journey to Earth. Whether they would find answers or simply become the next entries on the list of the massive holographic display filled the center of the Galactic Council chamber. Commander Taiman stood before it, his hands shaking slightly as he manipulated the controls. The data he was about to present would disturb everyone in the room. Council, members, Taiman began, his voice echoing in the vast chamber. We have a problem, a big one. The display showed a 3-dimensional map of the galaxy. Small red dots marked various star systems, but one particular yellow star caught everyone's attention. It sat alone, surrounded by empty space where 17 red dots had once been. Admiral Hyojin leaned forward in her seat. Commander, explain what we're looking at. Taiman took a deep breath. Over the past 100 years, 17 different species have sent military forces to attack the third planet of this system. He pointed at the yellow star. The locals call it Earth. The problem is simple. None of our people ever came back. A murmur ran through the chamber. Science Minister Da Yoon stood up. When you say none came back, what exactly do you mean? I mean exactly that, Taiman replied. No ships, no messages, no wreckage, no survivors, complete silence. He pressed another control, and the display changed to show a timeline. The first entry appeared. 2291, Kethra Crystal Fleet, 47 ships, 15,000 crew. Status: missing. The Kethra were confident, Taiman explained. Their crystal technology was the most advanced in their sector. They sent their finest warships to claim this Earth planet. They never sent a single message after entering the system. The next entry appeared. 2314, Vordak Machine Armada, 89 ships, 200,000 mechanical units. Status: missing. Intelligence Chief Wu Jin spoke up. The Vordak learned about the Kethra failure. They sent twice as many ships, all equipped with their best weapons. The mechanical minds calculated a 97% chance of success, but they also vanished. Taiman continued. More entries appeared on the display, each one larger than the last. 29, Riltak Swarm, 156 bioships. 2341, Nexari Battle Group, 203 vessels. 2356, Zalthek Hegemony Planet Cracker Fleet, 412 ships, With each new entry, the chamber grew quieter. The Zalthek were known throughout the galaxy as destroyers of worlds. Their planet cracker fleet had never failed to conquer a target. The pattern is clear, Wu Jin said, studying the data. Each species learned about the previous failures. Each one sent more ships, better weapons, stronger defenses, yet they all met the same fate. Admiral Hyojin stood up and walked closer to the display. What do we know about this Earth planet? What makes it so dangerous? Taemin switched the display to show what little information they had gathered about Earth. It's a small world, mostly water. The dominant species calls itself human. According to our long-range scans, they appear to be a young civilization. They only achieved spaceflight about 200 years ago. 200 years? Daeun looked confused. But the first attacks began only 100 years ago. If they're so primitive, how are they defeating advanced fleets? That's what we need to find out, Taemin replied. Our intelligence suggests the humans have no significant space fleet, no planetary defense grid, no advanced weapons that we can detect. The chamber fell silent as everyone tried to understand the mystery. How could a primitive world defeat the galaxy's most powerful military forces? Counselor Dong-sik from the Peripheral Worlds Alliance spoke up. Perhaps they have a guardian race protecting them. Some ancient species that doesn't want the planet disturbed? Wu Jin shook his head. We've considered that, but our deepest scans show no signs of any guardian technology or hidden fleets in the system. Maybe it's a trap, suggested Admiral Hyojin. What if Earth isn't really populated by primitives? What if it's a military base disguised as a developing world? Taemin brought up another display showing energy readings from the Sol system. That's possible, but look at these scans. The energy output is consistent with a developing industrial civilization. Nuclear power, basic fusion, primitive communications. Nothing that suggests advanced military technology. Science Minister. Daeun studied the readings carefully. Unless they're very good at hiding their true capabilities. The discussion continued for hours. Some council members suggested that Earth might be protected by unknown laws of physics. Others thought the Yaoi or planet itself might be sentient and defending itself. A few wondered if the attacking fleets had simply decided to stay and live peacefully on Earth. But Wu Jin noticed something else in the data that troubled him more than the missing fleets. Look at the timing of these attacks, he said, highlighting the dates. They're not random. Each new attack happened exactly 23 to 27 years after the previous one disappeared. What does that mean? Asked Taemin. It means someone has been watching, Wu Jin replied slowly. Someone has been noting each attack, studying it, and then waiting for the next species to try. Admiral Hyojin felt a chill run down her spine. You're suggesting the humans know about these attacks? I'm suggesting more than that, Wu Jin said grimly. What if the humans aren't just defending themselves? What if they're expecting these attacks? The chamber erupted in discussion. The idea seemed impossible. How could a primitive civilization anticipate and prepare for attacks by advanced alien fleets? Counselor Ye Jin from the Core Worlds raised her hand for silence. There's only one way to find out the truth. We need to send an investigation team. Absolutely not, Admiral Hyojin said firmly. We've already lost 17 fleets to this planet. I won't authorize sending more people to disappear. Not a military fleet, Yejin clarified. A small, stealthy observation ship, something that can watch from a safe distance and gather intelligence without being detected. Taemin nodded slowly. A reconnaissance mission. No weapons, no aggressive actions, just observation and data gathering. The debate continued, but eventually the council reached a decision. They would send a small scientific mission to observe Earth from the outer edges of the solar system. The team would use the most advanced stealth technology available and maintain complete radio silence. As the council session ended, Wu Jin remained behind, staring at the display showing all the missing fleets. Something about this situation felt very wrong to him. 17 different species, all with different technologies and tactics, all meeting the same fate. It wasn't just strange, it was impossible. Unless the humans weren't as primitive as they appeared, unless Earth wasn't the victim in this situation, unless something much more dangerous was waiting in that small solar system around the yellow star. The more Wu Jin thought about it, the more convinced he became that they were walking into something far worse than a mystery. They were walking into a trap that had been carefully set and patiently maintained for over a century. But by then, the investigation team was already being assembled, and their ship was being prepared for the journey to Earth. Whether they would find answers or simply become the next entries on the list of missing fleets remained to be seen.